So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. How are you? Come on in. Good to have you here today. What is today? It's Thursday? It doesn't really matter, does it? All I know is it's not cold, and I know it's not hot. It's a beautiful spring day in Daytona Beach, and I wish you were here, but not really, because it's kind of crowded already. Okay, it won't be crowded in about 2 weeks because once all these spring breakers leave, we're back to normal. It's awesome. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com. My name is Scott Smith. Thanks for hanging on for the ride and having a good time today. Somebody said the other day, Scott, you don't actually live in Daytona Beach. You live in Port Orange, Florida. I said, yeah, I know. It's a little south of Daytona. But everybody knows of Daytona, the world's most famous beach, so I say that. But yeah, I'm a little bit south of it, actually. So, because some people say, Daytona Beach, you live there. It's actually pretty cool. But no, I live in the Port Orange. I'll just say that. Just got off an Inner Circle call today, and it was awesome. You know what we did? Remember Tim Ferriss back in, almost 20 years ago now, I guess. The 4-Hour Work Week came out. He set off a whole, he just changed the world, really, with that book. He kind of was the founder of the laptop lifestyle, if you will. Well, 4 hours a week, how do I do that? And everybody got into the laptop lifestyle where they could go and just work remotely and do whatever they want to do. But then they figured out something. The laptop lifestyle was really about this, bolting a laptop to your lap and never taking it off. So they'd be sitting in the beach on Bali working all day long, right? So what I did today on this Inner Circle call, and you should listen closely to this because I did something to them that blew them away. I said, I think facing your passion, living the life you want to live in the way you want to live it, setting all your own rules, having fun, enjoying life, making money, whatever it is. I think we've arrived at a time in our life when the laptop lifestyle can be lived without the laptop. It's called AI. I did something I've never done to them before. I opened up what I'm doing with AI and how I'm running my business and all the automation, all the robots I have running now. And I showed it to them and their jaws dropped. And I said, guys, I didn't plan on spending an hour and a half talking to you about AI today. And they said, I'm glad you did. It was so cool. If you're into a very cool group that cares about each other and is getting things done and living in today's world the way it needs to be lived in, and you like AI because we're doing that too, Inner Circle may be for you. Send a note to coaching@motivationtomove.com and we'll talk about it, okay? Enough of that today, but let's get into something that's kind of controversial, okay? Let's get into morning routines. I'm gonna break the mold today, if that's okay. So morning routines I have one. I have a very simple routine. I think I have 3 routines. I know I'm already breaking the mold, aren't I? I have a day when I go to the gym. That's a different routine. I have a day when I don't go to the gym. Don't go every single day. And I suppose I have a weekend day. I probably have a holiday day as well. I most likely have a vacation morning. Oh my goodness. It's already complicated, isn't it? But that's kind of what I got. See, I accept life the way it is. I kind of monitor what's going on. I see what works for me. Because that's kind of what we're interested in, right? What works for you, what works for me. But most people have their morning routine. It's way too complicated, and they wonder why it never sticks. They got this protocol. I see it all over the internet. Thank you, Andrew Huberman. You are just messed a whole bunch of people up. Wake up at 5, hydrate, wait to drink my coffee, journal, meditate, cold shower, jump in a cold bath, 10 pages of visualization a day. Let's do some breath work. Exercise 45 minutes, eat carefully, good food. They saw it in a book, I guess, or Andrew, or on YouTube or someplace. 3 days they do it, right? It's great, fantastic, feels so amazing. Feel like a different person. Day 9. Snoozing again to 7:45, skipping everything, just kind of, still into the coffee though, I will tell you that. So they try again, new book, new protocol, new podcast, whatever. They do it again, same result, right? Nobody stops to ask the obvious question. What if the whole thing is backwards? So I am the original Captain Obvious. I just going to admit it, I am. Maybe call me simple. I don't care about your theory, don't care what you say, don't care what your agenda is, doesn't really matter. Well, I do because I'm a nice guy. But the reality is, I just look at what works. I find it works a whole lot better if you just look at what works and just do more of that. I know, it's really simple. Here's the other thing for the advanced people in the crowd. Look at what doesn't work and don't do that stuff. I know. Who thought this would happen to you today? I had a client a few years back, smart guy, successful business person, decent income, good income actually, solid family, all this stuff. Chasing the perfect morning routine for years. Every book, every sequence, had a journal specifically designed to optimize his mornings. Had a fancy name and all. Lots of prompts. I wrote one that has prompts in it. I'm sorry I did that. He filled it out, did it for about 2 weeks. Then we talked. He could walk me through the ideal morning in detail. He knew exactly what it was supposed to be minute by minute. It was impressive. He had thought about it more than most people ever think about anything. What he couldn't tell me was the last time he actually did it that way. No way. He built kind of a monument to mornings. He did. And every day he'd wake up and he wouldn't do it. He failed before he started his day. That is not a motivation problem. That's a discipline problem. That's a complexity problem. I said the D word, didn't I? Discipline. He made the bar so high, the only way to clear it was to have a perfect life. Now think about this for a second. So high, you had to have a perfect life. No sick kids, no bad night's sleep, no unexpected travel, nothing going sideways. And since life doesn't hand those out like when you want them, you can't clear the bar. Most days, he barely got off the ground. Most people I know do the same thing. I get it, by the way. Sometimes you have to have this superhuman routine. You have to do it. I see you. There's a time in life when people want to do that. There's a time in life to do it, when you kind of buckle down and get it done, right? But can you do it forever? What's the first thing somebody does when they retire? Thank God I don't have to have a morning routine. I just do whatever I want to do. Boom. Are you going to work 45 years to do what you want to do? That's stupid. I'll say it. Hey, listen, Dave Ramsey says it on the radio. I can say it too. That's stupid. So I asked my client a question. I said, what's the one thing, if you did every single morning, that would make your day feel like you started right? Kind of a variation of a question I've asked before. I ask a lot of questions. What's the one thing, if you did this morning, every single morning, would make your day just right? He didn't say meditate. He didn't say I'd jump in a cold bath. That's stupid. I never understood that. There's a reason they made hot water. Have you not figured that out yet? I know physiology, people say, yeah, it does something to your body, gets you going, blah, blah, blah. Still, we invented hot water for a reason. Let's use it. He said, I want to sit with my coffee for 10 minutes before I look at my phone. That's some honest truth there.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Hi, this is Zoe Deutsch.
And Nick Robinson. Our brand new movie, Voicemails for Isabel, is all about those little moments that feel like the universe is looking out.
Feeling homesick, then your sister calls.
Hearing that perfect song exactly when you need it. Sometimes life rigs things in our favor, like learning about your new favorite rom-com, Voicemails for Isabel. Now playing only on Netflix.
I was honest. That was it. 10 minutes, just his. It's not optimized. Or maybe it is, actually. Maybe it's optimized for the right thing. It's not tracked. Or maybe it is, but it doesn't matter because it's coffee. It's just quiet. Might even be caffeinated. That was the morning that changed everything, really. Somewhere along the way, I think a lot of people kind of get sold on the idea that a power morning routine requires powerful process. No. And processes aren't bad. I use them. I teach them. There's a difference between structure that serves you and structure that replaces you, unless it's AI. And you can't get AI to do your morning routine yet, can you? When your morning routine is so elaborate that you need the perfect set of circumstances and conditions to begin, it's not a morning routine anymore. It's fantasy. I've said before, momentum is inevitable when the right conditions exist. Most people set up a morning routine thinking they're the right conditions, and it's completely opposite of what they want to do. Why would you do the first thing in the morning what you don't want to do? I get out the hard stuff out of the way in the morning so I can. Why do that? I agree with you. Sometimes I'm focused in the morning. I do hard stuff in the morning, but I do want to live that way. No. I want to enjoy my life. There's a time and a place to be locked in, right? But some of the stuff I see on the internet right now, it's fantasy. And most of it's for clicks, YouTube views. Real routines are the ones that show up. They're the ones that happen even when you're tired, when you're traveling, when the kids have you up at 3 a.m. in the morning. You got 4 hours of sleep. The ones that are so simple, they don't require any kind of negotiation. Simplicity isn't the absence of intention, by the way. It's the highest form of it. I like simple because simple works, the ultimate form of sophistication. If you strip down your morning to one or two things that actually matter, the things that generally set your tone for the day, that connect with you, who you're trying to be, you stop needing willpower to get started. It just happens. It's not hard because it's yours. That shift, stop designing the morning that would impress somebody else. Hey, what's your morning routine? Let's talk about it, man. It's like the movie Shark Jaws. You're all comparing your scars, aren't you? You start designing a movie that you actually have. Somebody says, I got to go watch Jaws now. So in behavioral psychology, there's something called the minimum effective dose. Smallest input that produces the desired result. I love that idea, by the way. Originally a medical term, now it applies kind of everywhere. James Clear kind of turned it into the habit thing in Atomic Habits. A 2-minute version of a habit beats 45 minutes versions that you skip every single week. Habits are wonderful because they're automatic. They make life work great. That's what a simple morning does. It kind of runs on autopilot. It doesn't deplete you before the day starts. It gives you back your energy. That if you get too complicated, first thing in the morning, it's kind of crazy. I know lots of times I'll get up and come to my office, probably do it twice a week. I'll come to my office at 6:30 in the morning and work. I used to do it 5 days a week, but you know what? It was complicated. It was work. I felt penalized. I said, why am I getting up and going to work? That's stupid. I designed my life to not be stupid. But also I understand that I'm focused in the morning and I wanted to get things done. But then I realized I was being penalized by it. I hated it. So I switched it around. I said, well, at least a few days a week, I'm just going to get up and go to the gym and work out and talk to my buddies. It didn't work for me just to do it every day. Most people, the ones I know with the most effective mornings that I've ever seen, what they do? They don't do 12 things. They're doing 2 or 3. They do them every single day, rain or shine, regardless of how motivated they feel. Doesn't matter. No debate, no optimization, just a few intentional moves. It's kind of like who I am, and this is how I start. That consistency compounds at man, it's so cool. I can tell you right now, if I rattled off like this morning's routine. This morning was a routine that I did not go to the gym. So today was a routine. I got up and I immediately pet my dogs, get slobbered by kisses by Levi, walk out and see what's going on with my wife. Come back, I take a quick shower in the morning, get dressed, walk the dogs, come back, have breakfast, and because it's an early morning for me in the office, I walked into the office and I worked from about 6:30 till 10 a.m. That's my morning on a Wednesday when I recorded the show. Every single Wednesday. I get a lot done. So what does all this actually look like? Well, first, find your anchor. One thing that you want to do in the morning, whatever it is. I have to walk the dogs. That's an anchor for darn sure because they're going to make me do it, right? It doesn't have to be an impressive thing, but it's got to be done. It's got to be yours. I get some feedback from that. They like me. They like their walk in the morning. Some people, the first 10 minutes are quiet. They don't talk on the phone. Some people, they look at their email first 10 minutes. That's okay. Others, it's writing one sentence about what they want the day to mean for them. Others, it's kind of a short walk like I do. It's reading something maybe that has nothing to do with work. You know what it is. It's just kind of start there, right? Like I said, I've got 3 or 4 morning routines. When I don't do what I did today, I will do this tomorrow morning. I'll get up and do the same thing with the dogs, have some breakfast, then I'll go to the gym. Then I'll come home, I'll go, okay, let's do some work. That's my morning routine. It works. Get a lot done. Second, make everything ridiculously easy to do. If it takes more than 5 minutes to set up or to get in it, it's too complicated. The bar needs to be so low you can clear it even on your worst day. Write that down. Again, I'm not against these high performance mornings. I am not. There are certain things that high performers do. You got to ask yourself a question. Are you that kind of high performer? And do you even want to do it? Yeah, I should do this. I'll make $1 billion. And you try that 15 times. You don't make $1 billion. Like, what I really want to do is kind of pet my dogs. That's cool if you want to do it. Make the bar so clear you can clear it, so easy, so low you can clear it on your worst days. You're not lazy. Not at all. This is who you are. Third, protect those first 20 minutes. I do suggest this. I do. First 20 minutes of the morning. That's kind of a special time. It's kind of a twilight time. There's a time between waking up and being awake, being sleeping and being wide awake. It's a beautiful time in the morning. And if you can protect that for yourself, you'll be very surprised what happens. Most people, they have to start slow to do that. Sometimes, though, it's a great time in the morning, and I will get up and I'll go right to work and start writing 5 minutes out of bed because of the power of it. So I'm not saying, throw out every productivity habit you've ever developed. Keep what works, for sure. That's probably what I'm saying. I'm just saying that these morning routines need to be yours because at the end of the day, you're going to do what you're going to do. I know this more than anybody. I've taught this for 20 years. I've seen it inside and out, and I get slapped around all the time. Scott, you got to have high performance habits. I do not. Brandon Burchard does that. I have my own version of high performance habits, and that's what I do. I'm just telling you, you're going to do what you're going to do. Nobody's going to stop it, and you can do what somebody else wants you to do, what you've read, what you talked about for a long time, but eventually you're going to get back to doing what you're going to do. And one day after 45 years of reading every single book and listening to every single podcast and working your way to retirement, you're going to retire one day, and the only thing you're going to do is nothing. So let's strike it somewhere in the middle, okay? Because that's where you're heading anyway. Best mornings that you can have are the ones you actually have and enjoy. So keep it simple. Make it yours. Show up. Even when it's not pretty, just do it. Keep it easy, right? Man, I'm telling you, when you are in the morning that fits who you are, life feels good. Make it simple. Try it tomorrow morning. Did I just let you off the hook? I think I did.